Hello, happy Sunday. Hope everything is well. Yeah, a little bit earlier this week because we have a big football event happening here in the UK. Let me just check my sounds. Yes, that all seems well. So I can imagine most people are preparing for the big match. Take my glasses off. There we go. So I don't get any reflections from that. Yeah, most people are preparing for the big match and everything that's going to be going on from 8 o'clock here in the UK. And which kind of inspired today's session, which is going to be geared towards relaxation and letting go of the stresses of the previous week. But we're going to kind of touch on hope, because one of the things that we pick up through life is when we have a situation where we believe the outcome is going to be fantastic and it's not, and we become disappointed. The next time we're in a similar situation, we put up a guard, we build our defenses up against that. And over a period of time throughout our lifetime, we get to the point where, I'm not a football fan, not by a long shot. But every time we kind of get into that place where we dare to dream that we could win, there's that little cynic inside of me that kind of goes, but we're not going to, We've been here before, we're not going to. And the reality is by listening to that cynic, by not daring to dream, by not daring to hope, you miss out on the joy that hope brings, that they could actually bring it home. Now, this doesn't matter whether it's just football, it can be anything. It's hope is one of the few things that actually makes even the darkest parts of our life seem, as if there is something worthwhile. Good evening, Natasha. How are you? First comment, that's brilliant. It's probably only me and you that's sober and not getting ready for the football. So yeah, so it's about hope. Hope is about putting yourself out there and daring to be vulnerable. So as usual with these sessions, make sure that you are in a safe environment, you are comfortable, away from any distractions. And if there's any reason physically or mentally why you should not take part in these sessions, then please do not do so. We do have it is here somewhere, I believe. Is it this one? Yes, that is the Sunday Sessions live group on Facebook. It should appear in the comment section now. If you're not already a part of that, then please do go over to Facebook and join that group. It's a private group, so any comments you put in there stay just within the group. And we've managed to figure out the technical side so we can live stream direct into that group as well. So yes, that is that. Make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can. Kind of release any tension that you're holding onto in your body, in your shoulders, your arms, your legs, your hips, your thighs. Just kind of give yourself a shake and just allow yourself to become loose and limp and relaxed. So what I want you to do is just close your eyes down. With your eyes closed, I want you to just use your imagination. During this process, you will find that you will feel various different sensations, emotions. You may see things, feel things, hear things, sense things. Whatever happens is right for you. But because this is your experience and your imagination, it is you that is ultimately in control. Now, trust me, I will look after you throughout the whole process. But if at any time full consciousness is needed, you'll simply just open your eyes and everything will be back to normal and safe and fine. What I'd like you to do is take a big deep breath in through your nose, fill your lungs up, hold it, and then exhale. And just really exhale all the way down, allowing everything to just let go. As you focus on your breathing and notice how good it feels to just breathe deeply and easily. I want you to, whilst you're listening to me now, I want you to make a commitment to yourself to just focus. And during this process, I don't want you to fight me. I don't want you to help me. I just want you to be. Allow your mind to be still, your body to be relaxed. I want you to just let go. Imagine that feeling of complete relaxation. Just drifting, floating and dreaming. Almost like a feather as it detaches from a bird in a tree and just slowly drifts side to side, floating, drifting. No tension, no stress. Just drifting down into a completely natural place. As you're listening to the sound of my voice, in a few moments' time, you'll be completely relaxed. All the stresses and tensions of days and weeks gone by will just feel so very distant. So distant as it fades off over the horizon. As you're sat there or laid there, comfortably listening to my voice, I want you to notice how good it feels to just relax and let go. I want you to feel good, because the deeper you go, the better you will feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you will go as you really sink down to your inner soul, beyond the layers, the masks, the part where it's just you. No cares or concerns, no regrets, no anxieties. A place where it's just okay to be. And you can imagine yourself becoming completely relaxed. You can focus on each and every muscle group, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And as you focus on those muscle groups, just by giving them attention, you may begin to feel them becoming more relaxed now. You may choose to imagine your body and seeing it just melting, drifting, as all the tension leaves your body now. How strange and how weird, but how nice it would feel to just be loose and limp and relaxed. You know you could open your eyes or move your hand if you wanted to, but it's just so heavy. It just feels so nice to just let it be. Imagine what it would feel like if your hands were so relaxed they just couldn't move. Imagine how wonderful it would feel if the support of the chair or the bed or the sofa that you're sat or laid on and just covers your body, supports you, and just absorbs all that tension and stress, leaving behind a fluffy, squishy, calm, heavy, relaxed you. Imagine how good it would feel to be completely at ease, not thinking or concerned of the past, not projecting and anxious of the future, just here in this moment, right now. As you allow yourself to go deeper, as you become aware of your breathing, the sound of my voice helps you relax. And even if your mind drifts off and daydreams, your unconscious mind is focused on my suggestions now. Each and every suggestion I deliver to you, your unconscious mind will interpret in a way that is beneficial to you. If your unconscious mind does not comprehend, you may understand on a deeper level as a metaphor for change. I want you in your mind to count with me as I count from 10 down to 1. With every number we count, every noise that you hear, and every word that I say, you'll find yourself going even deeper than you've ever been before, to a point where you're so deeply relaxed that time stands still. 10. You may visualize the number 10 and see it fade into the distance or melt away. 9. I wonder if your numbers have colours, and if those colours are bright or dull. See that 9 fading away as you drift down to 8. Become aware of that solid 8 now, symbol of eternity, infinity, strength. But then see it disappear and fade away. 7. So deep, so relaxed. Noticing how the sound of my voice makes you feel. Feeling is good. As you feel more relaxed now, as you drift down, all the way down, deeper, deeper relaxed. It's as if with every breath you exhale, every noise that you hear, every movement, every twitch, it's as though everything you think, feel, say, or do sends you down into a deeper, more relaxed state. Now. 5. Noticing how good this feels. Taking this moment to invest in yourself now. 4. Floating, drifting, dreaming, relaxing. And even though you don't need to be relaxed now, to enter your unconscious, subconscious mind, as you drift down even deeper, and wondering to yourself just how deep you will go now. 3. Drifting, floating, as if you're being cushioned on a warm, fluffy cloud, secure, safe, as your whole body becomes weightless. 3, 2, 1. Enjoy this wonderful sensation as you take this moment to really focus on you, on your ability to use your mind to relax and let go of stress. As you listen to the sound of my voice, you find that you can drift even deeper till you get to a place where nothing else matters apart from your desire to feel good now. I want you, as I talk, to allow your imagination to focus and highlight things for you. Some things I will say will really strike a chord immediately, and your unconscious mind will allow that penny to drop. I want you to focus on you. And one of the amazing things about this life, your life, is you are ultimately in complete control of everything you think and feel. If we feel something that causes us stress or tension or anxiety, rather than allowing that emotion to overtake us, learn from the experience and find out how you can communicate to yourself in a more positive, constructive way. And this takes practice. This takes time. But to master our emotions enables us to have real control over the world around us and how it affects us. A great example of this is the energy of a group or a mob or a stadium full of football fans. It's difficult to not get caught up in that emotion, the energy from around the people around us. And this is the same in negative situations of the people we surround ourselves with. And as we change and we grow, we experience new ways of dealing with things, new situations. And these situations may be similar to old encounters in the past. But you as a person have grown and evolved. And it's easy in that situation to build a wall to protect ourselves, to not have hope or belief in ourselves. Because when we look back to the previous situation, we didn't come out of it perfect. But although this is done on some sense to protect you, on another sense, it also prevents us from experiencing that real joy of hope. And there's a vulnerability into really opening our heart and soul out. And we dare not do it for fear of being let down or disappointed. But the reality is, by hoping, by having that dream, by having that belief in ourselves, then if we are disappointed at the end, at the finals, then the experience up until then would have been something amazing, because that hope would have been there. Just like the match later on tonight. Whatever the score may be, the amazing energy, the excitement, the hope in that moment leading up to that is what is a fantastic thing. And whatever the outcome may be, it's a massive achievement for either side in that moment, and a moment to be proud of. Because it's not always about winning and coming first. It really is about your quest, your experience, the energy that you pick up from along that way that you can utilize later on. And yes, life sometimes deals us a hard card, but it's okay, because every day we have a fresh opportunity for a new way. We go to bed, we sleep, we dream, we wake up fresh, ready to take on those new challenges, ready to show the world how amazing you are. And yes, there's lots of things that can cause us overwhelm. And sometimes it can feel like it's coming from many angles. But just stop and focus. Remember how good it feels to take this time for yourself, to really recharge those batteries, to really reflect upon the wonder of you. And really focus on the things that really do make you special. Like, focus on the people around you that let you know how good you are, and allow that to sink in. Because we dare not hope, we dare not be vulnerable sometimes. It means when someone pays us compliments, and someone says to us, what you do is amazing, we don't let that sink in. We don't store that positivity as a resource. But on the flip side, if we hear something negative, or even interpret something in a negative way, that again is us putting those guards up, having that cynic there. And this is negative and holds you back. And for some reason, this cuts right down to the core. So when someone tells you you are good at something, when someone compliments you on something, then you really need to embrace that. Allow yourself to see yourself through their eyes. Allow yourself to really be amazing. And amazing sometimes is just getting out of bed. Amazing sometimes is, even if you have nothing, you have the ability to make someone else feel good. You have the ability to change how you think. As you focus and drift and dream, I want you this week to make a conscious effort to really focus on you. Set aside some time for you. And this could be to meditate, to walk in nature, to read a book, to focus on a hobby or a challenge, even if it's just a small amount of time. It breaks you away from one state and puts you in a more creative state. And as human beings, our mind are meant to focus on different tasks, to be both creative and analytical, to be logical and artistic. But when we are in situations of stress, we just think we have to focus on the problem, because the more we focus just on that, the quicker we'll find a solution. Excuse me. But that's not true. Most of the answers to problems are discovered when your mind is at rest. When you're trying to look for something, you can't find it. And then later on, when your mind is rested, it pops up. This is why you should make that conscious effort to set aside time for you. Avoid the distractions of the television, social media, and find something beautiful to look at. I want you to just relax, to allow this week to unfold naturally before you, in the knowledge that you know that whatever life throws at you, you have the resources within you to face those challenges. If you need to learn a new skill, you will do so easily. I want you to focus on your mind, and I want you to really focus on you. Take the time to be selfish, to find what brings you joy, and really focus on it. And by doing so, you find that you have less of a need for distractions. You find that you are becoming your true self. And the more you do this, the more you exercise that mental muscle, the smaller and smaller that old, cynical you, the you that wants you to put up a guard, the you that wants the world to be wrong, the you that says, I told you so, the smaller and smaller that becomes, so that you find yourself naturally becoming true to yourself, more confident, more self-assured, and a genuine love for yourself. Because you can choose right now to leave behind all of the guilt, shame, regrets of the past. Start fresh in this moment now. You'll find as you focus on these things, you find you get more energy. As you get more energy, you make sure you feed your body the right fuels. A mixture of healthy foods, sugars, fats, vegetables, and really look after yourself. And by doing so, you find that the chemicals in your brain and your body start to balance out. And this in turn makes you feel better about yourself. And as you do this, you realize that you allow the people around you permission to do the same. And they see the positive change in you. On some level, it lets them know that they can be a positive change too. And if they don't add to your life, if they don't make positive contribution to your energy, and you don't need them around as much. You want to protect yourself from the energies of those around you. Because for you to be the most perfect version of you, you need to make sure you're not having the energies of other negatives around you taken from your energy. You just want radiators, not drains. I want you, when you go to bed tonight, to have a wonderful night's sleep. Wake up tomorrow morning with a new spring in your step. Focus on those people around you that inspire you, that want you to do better. Focus on the people that challenge you to do better. And stay away from the people that want to hold you back. I want you to allow yourself to blossom, to grow, to give yourself space and permission to be the best you possible. So you have the resources to take on all the challenges around you and to come out on top. I want you to notice how good it feels as you help and inspire people around you, as you plug into that positive, natural energy. Tonight, when you go to bed, you can have a wonderful night's sleep. You may or may not remember your dreams tomorrow, but on some level you will know that you have made a profound change, because you made that decision to focus and listen to these suggestions. And each and every time you do, you find a deeper, more profound experience. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 up to 5. With each number that I count, you'll find yourself feeling lighter and brighter. 1, 2, 3. Feeling good. Getting ready, feeling that oxygen move to the very tips of your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feeling it into your shoulders, your neck, your head. Feeling so good as we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Eyes open wide, awake. There we go. How does that feel? How are we all doing? There we go. I'm going to put my glasses back on, I think, so I can see you guys as well. There we go. Wonderful. So we have a couple of minutes left. Hopefully that was okay for you. I did put up a link earlier to the Facebook group, the private group, where you can go in there and put in suggestions for future skits sections. Also, one thing I have got here as well, I'll show you that. It's like, rather than a book recommendation, there's a link to Audible. Audible is something that changed my life. It sounds very dramatic, but it gives me the chance to listen to personal development, self-help books, business books, motivational books. It gives me the chance to kind of listen to those whilst I'm doing everyday tasks. So if I'm doing a mundane task at my desk, I can be listening to something inspirational. If I'm going for a walk, and it's just literally going in constantly when I'm doing my everyday tasks, and it's a great way of really getting through those books as well. I think I'm currently listening to Brené Brown, so actually it's all very much about vulnerability. And if you don't know who Brené Brown is, do check out any of her books. But yeah, Audible is a great thing, and I get sent kind of an audio book a month that I choose to listen to, and it is great. I'm a big book reader, though. I do like paper books as well, which Amazon is great for, but Audible is just a great way of getting through that book list as well, especially if you are very busy. That was going well until you started talking about building walls I let down my game. I was so vulnerable and ended up hurt. Now I'm in tears. So thanks. Oh, but sometimes those tears are what brings about healing. So yeah, nobody should be in. Sadness and pain is a horrible thing, but there is a learning experience there, and it's building up walls. Even though it's a way of protecting ourselves, it's not always the best thing to do. But at the time, it feels like the right thing to do to protect ourselves from being hurt. Yeah. So yeah. So each week we have these sessions, and we tackle a different subject. The main focus of them is about letting go of the stresses of the week and about kind of starting the week fresh and motivated and feeling good. So yeah. So if you're watching the football tonight, it is the England versus Italy semi-finals. It should be interesting. I hope England win, but either way, they've done really well to get where they are now. So guys, 32 seconds left. Like I say, please do join us on the private Facebook group, and I shall see you next Sunday at the usual time of 7:30.